Welcome back. This is the Whisky Couch in Pretoria, South Africa, and your hosts are myself, Gustav,
and Elna.
And this is Whisky Tasting and Food Pairing Review number 180, if I'm not mistaken, the second whisky in this third bracket of 5 12-year-old single malts that we are reviewing, and with which we are doing wonderful food pairings. We always say the Whisky Couch is the place where whisky and food come together in mouth-watering harmony. So the second whisky is the Dalmore. Elna, you have something to say about this bottle.
I love the bottling. It's beautiful. It's something totally different. And I think when we are visiting with friends, usually the women will say, this bottle is beautiful. They love the bottle.
And there's a fantastic story connected to the emblem there of the right there, but I'm not going to go into that today. Dalmore Distillery, founded in 1839, and it is situated in the northern Highlands of Scotland. Dalmore, let me see if I can find it on our map here, right there above Glen Ort. Elna, you've got to hold the glasses so that they don't kick them out. Thereabouts, Glenmorangie, Dalmore, Northern Highlands, Lowlands of Scotland. So that is where it is situated. And it is owned by Whyte Mackay Ltd, owners of Dalmore. 12-year-old single malt matured in American white oak and ex-Bourbon casks, and then 30-year-old Matusalem Oloroso Sherry casks. Bottled at 43%, by now you know that is the standard for the sort of run-of-the-mill whiskey expressions in South Africa, unless it is normally higher than 43%. And I don't have information about the chill filtration or the natural, whether there are some coloring added. But here we go. We poured our drams a little before we started the video, and we're looking here at a color burnished gold, dark burnished gold, and maybe there's some legs forming there on the glass. Dalmore 12-year-old single malt slancher. Here we go. Ooh, sweet dark sherry. Much more prominent on the nose than the Edredauer, which we did in the previous video. By the way, here is the Dalmore gift box and also the other 3 12-year-old whiskies that we're doing in this bracket.
Also a little bit of citrus.
You're getting some citrus there, and I'm getting some honey and like a dark honey and chocolate.
Also a little bit of caramel.
Yes, caramel, citrus, plums, old wood. Probably because I said 30-year-old Matusalem Oloroso Sherry. Now it's sticking in my brain, so I'm thinking old wooden casks.
But it's not very prominent. It's actually very subtle. The nose for me is very subtle.
All right. Sweet malt. And the citrus that you mentioned is sort of developing into a citrus marmalade on the nose for me personally. And on the palate. Chocolate. Coffee. Sherry. Like fruit. Sherried fruit jam.
What was very subtle for me in the nose is just the opposite in the taste.
On the palate, oh.
Yes. Like much more deeper.
So for you, soft nose but deep flavors.
Yeah.
For me, again, it was a bit of a stronger nose than the Edredauer and a bit more spicy and strong on the palate. Orange zest, the marmalade that I got on the nose, orange zest on the palate, the spiciness, the vanilla is sort of in the background.
The chocolate and And the honey, as well as I also have coffee. A little bit of coffee. But not very prominent, but coffee.
More so than on the Edgedour.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Let's see what a few drops of water will do. The finish for me is like a medium finish, dry towards the end.
Yeah.
And in the finish, if I'm sitting here, what's lingering is the dark sherry. It's the coffee and the chocolate that's lingering. And some ginger spices developing. So just a few drops of water for this dram. And let's see what happens. Oh, got to keep my balance here. Here we go. Now I'm getting dates.
Oh, yes.
Sherry, dates and caramel.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that.
Definitely smoother, but still rich and warm. There's a warmth developing on the palate as you taste this. I think my summary would be rich, sweet, spicy dark fruit jam, chocolate, coffee. It's not a summary anymore.
No, it
It's
isn't.
a lengthy story. I wanted to give a summary, but the words just keep rolling off my tongue as I experience this Dalmore. The cost in South Africa is 800 Rand, 40 pounds in the UK, and more or less $60 in the US, and it always depends where, in what region you buy it, and at what particular shop. Pairing this wonderful whiskey with a food snack and sticking to our theme of crepes in this 12-year-old range that we're doing, we have decided that we're going to put in our crepe pocket. There we go. Look at this. A crepe pocket filled with ostrich, burger, and sweet fruity relish. You see what I'm getting in this whiskey is a richness, a sherried fruitiness, a spiciness, and it just calls for an exotic burger in this crepe pocket. But the secret is the fruity relish sauce. That is the secret, to get it to really connect. So for the camera's sake, we've got two bite-sized pieces. I think this one is going to work easier.
Thank you.
And here is mine. I'm going to show it a little bit closer. My bite size with the relish right there. So here we go. Man, I just love this. It brings out the spiciness this time
yes.
around.
Much more spicy now.
Wonderfully smooth, velvety spiciness. A little bit of the coffee notes coming to the surface. And what would you give this pairing?
Oh, I love this. I didn't think I'll enjoy it so much, but I really love it. I'll give it a 9.
We're going for a 9 again. And I again was thinking a 4, as was the case in the previous video with the Edgedour, which we paired with spare rib meat. This is a wonderful adventure. I really enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video, which is going to be the third one in this third bracket of 5-year-old single malt whiskies. And I can't remember which one is the next one. I think it's the Glenmorangie 12-year-old La Santa. So we'll see you in that video. Until then, Slàinte.
Slàinte.